Governor and Senator-elect Zamfara West, Abdulaziz Yari, has vowed not to submit himself to the zoning arrangement for the positions of presiding officers of the National Assembly, ratified last Monday by the All Progressives Congress APC National Working Committee.
Senator Yari, you want to be Senate President, but you were governor of Zamfara State, that is still part of the poorest states in this country. 92% poverty. Those are the numbers coming out of Zamfara State. One of the highest as regards people impoverished in this country. Little or no, very little minimal development. But you are a man that lives in a lot of affluence and wealth. Even recently at a book launch, you gave 250 or close to 300 million naira to somebody at a book launch. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you spend a lot of effort in fixing your state and at least improving the poverty prospect when you were there? And what qualifies you now to want to be the Senate President?
An APC chieftain, Adamu Gabra, said yesterday when he was on the show with us, he said that you shouldn't even be in the race because this is your first term as a senator, and others who are being considered have been in the Senate, in the House for more than at least 2 terms. And it's your first term. You shouldn't be considered. What do you have to say about that? Do you think you're qualified even though this is your first foray into the House?
Well, maybe he joined politics recently. If he's following the term of the politics since 1999, I was in the National Assembly, and when I'm a member of National Assembly, I'm a member of National Assembly. That cannot be denied to you. So I have been in House of Representatives in 6th Assembly. From there, I moved to the executive part of the government. That's become governor in 2011, governor in 2015, and in 2019, elected senator, and who followed the procedure of going to the induction and program. There are 2 certificates available for him if you want to check, or he's check his record. It's all APC. It's only that I contested in the NPP in 2011. APC in 2015, and the same APC in 2019, certified, and what happened in the court is something different, and up to now, so many questions thrown with no answer. And today, I'm a senator by his own opinion, if he's putting opinion. And by the way, when the Constitution is supreme to any laws made by any other person, even if I'm coming now for the first time, because, or otherwise. And by the way, I'm not coming into the National Assembly for the first time. Everyone recognizes that. Maybe he's not aware of what happened, or he's not following the terrain, or the politics coming recently into the politics.
Yes, I know you cited the 2019 incident. Yes, you won that election, but the court ruled that you didn't follow due process, so you didn't actually go into the House in 2019. So that was his statement. So this is the first time, barring any court procedures, that you would be going into the court. So he's asking.
The National Assembly is National Assembly. So the same procedure, the same process. What the issue is in who did not know the procedure to be presiding officer, and by that, in this country that we're talking about, in 2007, David Mark, I don't know whether he has been in the National Assembly or not, he has been presiding officer, and Judge Akume, in December 2007, he was also not a ranking, if it's ranking they're talking about, but all this one, the Constitution has shoved it. And the issue here is, I was a member of National Assembly. That cannot be denied.
Get that, Senator Yari. You want to be Senate President, but you were governor of Zamfara State, that is still part of the poorest states in this country. 92% poverty. Those are the numbers coming out of Zamfara State. One of the highest as regards people impoverished in this country. Little or no, very little minimal development. But you are a man that lives in a lot of affluence and wealth. Even recently at a book launch, you gave 250 or close to 300 million naira to somebody at a book launch. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you spend a lot of effort in fixing your state and at least improving the poverty prospect when you were there? And what qualifies you now to want to be the Senate President? What
does Zamfara State have to do with Senate President.
Your hitherto record.
And this one you are talking about.
That's what it is. Your record.
What does that,
your record.
Excuse me. What does that? Excuse me.
Mr. Yari, that's the record you'll be judged by. That's the record you'll be judged by. That's your record.
Excuse me. What does that happen? Before me, how many governors governed Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it?
Am I the first governor in Zamfara State?
So what did you do to change it in your time? Because that's your record.
I'm not. I'm not. It's a record that I'm a governor, yes? And I have done my best when I'm there. And the issue of poverty is all over the northern part of the country. You know it. So it's not the one that can make a magic. And by the way, in total Nigeria, how many percentage in object poverty? How many in total? And if you count issue of unemployment, how many youth are unemployed? So please, don't bring that issue to say governor of Zamfara State, my contribution to this or to that. Do you mean that the 250 million I took it from Zamfara State or what? How much is Zamfara State getting in a month when I was there? How much? After the salary and all other things, how much is getting? And that, go and check Zamfara State very well during my stewardship, what I did and what development I brought and what had been there. To the best of my knowledge, I have done the best I can. And from the history of Zamfara State, when it comes to the issue of development, up to today, I don't know for tomorrow, there's no governor that serves Zamfara State people right than I do. And that's what is in there in Zamfara State. So if you want to check, go to Zamfara State and check.
Yari,
but the issue of poverty, it depends on what to, and if you look at the state in generality, one, Zamfara State is not an industrial state. We're all agrarian, and you know what it is. No huge investment by the federal government in any ramification. It's the little that we took from the center. We go there, the revenue generation is nothing to write home about. Okay, because there's not much business to do. Okay. Even the traders, and those are in the other businesses, the business boom during maybe when the salary picked up and what have you. That's the part of the country that you. Okay. So we are trying to see how much we can do, get involved and correct of those issues. By God's grace.
Governor Yari, every man will be judged by his record. The last position you held before vying for this position after being elected as a senator is this position of a governor. And that's why I'm asking you that based on the antecedents of your record. And let me tell you fair and square, it's a question I will ask other people vying for the position. The last person that came here that was vying for the position of the Senate President, this was the same question I asked him based on his antecedent record. That's it, Governor Yari. Thank you.
Let me ask you, are you qualified for this position that you are seeking? Because according to the Senate rules, being a first-timer, you probably don't qualify. That's one. Two, an APC chieftain called Chief Okoye Obono Obla.
My phone.
Chief Okoye Obono Obla is saying that the APC will need to discipline you because you have been making divisive, inflammatory statements about the party. He quoted you as saying that if the North does not get the Senate presidency, then the APC, should forget about the North, will collapse in the North. Did you say so? And do you agree that you are trying to divide the party?
Very correct.
Okay, do you agree with Okoye Obla that the party should discipline you?
Well, he is saying his own interests, maybe. Let me take you to the section of the rules of the assembly. Nomination of senator to serve as presiding officer and the appointments of principal officers and other officers of the Senate or on any parliamentary delegation shall be in accordance with the ranking of senators. In determining ranking, the following orders shall apply. Senator returning based on number of times re-elected, senators who had been member of House of Representatives. What do you say about this one?
Okay, so in terms of ranking, you're saying you are qualified. But Obono Obla says
What do
you
you say
want to...
about it? This is the rule of the House, of the Senate.
Okay. Obono Obla says you want to divide the party, and you should be prevented from doing so.
Well, he's just saying what I'm saying. We in part of the country called Northern Nigeria. If we are going to be denied that, no problem. This is what I'm saying. This immediately you start counting down. That's what it is. And that's the truth. So if they want to deny the truth, it's its own business. But our own business that we have done best what we can for APC to return power in the center. So we need to be considered, and not even considered a peer play. The Constitution very clear, very, very clear. And I have no apology to anyone. That the Constitution is very clear, says that Section 50, as I said earlier, says select leaders within yourself. So what's their problem? Why don't they allow that members to go and do that and do the business? And by the way, what we have is a parallel situation. It's not unlike when the PDP be having 80 senators, 75 senators respectively. Today, we are having 59. Opposition, they have 50. So whom are you going to open eye to go and do otherwise? It's not like that. It's by dialogue, by communicating, by sitting down to discuss. I can remember in 2019 vividly, President Buhari called all of us. Party were there, everyone was there, elected person were there. And the President Buhari announced, he did not announce, even allowed the party. When we observed the situation, we asked him to calm down. It's not a ripe situation to discuss this. But he congratulated us coming in, and he said he hoped that we will understand ourselves on taking our leaders. And it's later on the party called us and announced, and even the person who was announced that President Buhari has settled for Amelon in the northeast and settled for Pemi Bajamila in southwest. So it's about dialogue, not about harassment. Can anybody harass me in APC today? I'm the key pounding father of APC. So who is he to say that I should be displayed on talking on my right? Who is he? The Constitution has given me right to do so. And he's talking about something else. I don't even know why he's a member of APC or otherwise. So well, I'm pounding father of this word APC.